Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within 1/4 of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Now a throw here to his running back. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The NFC's Pro Bowl punter a year ago, Jack Fox, on to punt for the Lions. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Brady now on 1st down. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
Yeah, big play there. When you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
The 49ers traded up to snag Brandon Ayuk at pick 25 in the 2020 draft out of Arizona State. He was in and out of the lineup a little bit in his rookie year. Only played in 12 games, but was awfully productive when he was out there with 60 catches. And there's another one, this time for a 1st down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
On play action, now Brady. Gets this one to Juszczyk. Space to run past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from 17 yards out. And the Niners are on the board here first in the season opener. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They went 3-and-out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And the Niners get there and bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, That's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield, so great to try and complete a pass.
Under pressure, they got him again. Pass rusher extraordinaire, Dee Ford that time, getting the sack. Here comes the Lions punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 46. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And the Lions are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense.
And this is caught. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense, because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling, because a 1-play drive.
There he goes, right side. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Trent Sherfield, an 80-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. 1-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just the first quarter of tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the 49ers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So after the INT, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And Charles, we take a look at the 49ers draft class for 2021. They got their quarterback in Trey Lance, but paid a hefty price to do it.
Yeah, this is kind of an all-in strategy by head coach Kyle Shanahan and GM John Lynch. They won't have first-round picks for the next couple of years, but it'll be worth it if they have found their quarterback in Trey Lance. As for the rest of the draft, I really like the pick of Aaron Banks in the second round, the guard out of Notre Dame. A team that loves to run the football. He's an absolute people mover at the line of scrimmage, as well as the running back at number 88 overall, Trey Sermon out of Ohio State.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady.
Checks this one down. It's Mitchell.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 24.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that.
Touchdown! Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8.
Come on, fellas. QT on the return. The Lions take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally.
Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Goff. This is caught by Williams. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. Here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On 1st down, Goff. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The Lions on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, They've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. Tyrell Williams heading back out on the field now. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there for Detroit.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Goff. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and goal, Goff. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
Seibert's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish, but when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, that's a little bit better than a ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1
every single time.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Brady. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Taken right around the 44. A nice little juke. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Jared Goff and the rest of the Lions offense set to go to work once more.
He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Brady now to throw.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
Brady. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and and they tighten down on the receivers and force the incompletion.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Right back to Swift again on second down. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Goff. He'll get this off to Swift. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down and close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Mitchell, and able to get it across the 10 to the 15.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
From the gun, it's Brady. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Play action, it's gone. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Samson Ebukam able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Goff. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Back now at Ford Field. We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so. Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Brady.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up second down.
Back to the running game with Mostert.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscle all over the field and getting pushed down it.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. To throw, it's Brady.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady.
And the 49ers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1, because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Personal foul. This is looking at
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
On first down, it's gone. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Go off a handoff here to Swift.
And the agility got him a few extra before he's taken down right at the 10. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Once again, it's Swift. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Tyrell Williams there to make the grab. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Lions 17.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to speed things up here.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, it's Mitchell. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis from 3 yards out. And the Niners are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Lions 17.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. From the 45 on 2nd down, Goff. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. Goff throwing again. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Tyrell Williams. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Brady going to look to throw.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it.
And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
But he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a camera on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an outside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
So the victory here for